If you're a man over 50, and lately you've been waking up several times at night to go to the bathroom, if you feel that your urine stream is getting weaker, or that you never fully empty your bladder, this video is for you, and it's really important. Today I'm going to tell you the clear signs that your prostate might already be in trouble, and more importantly, what you can start doing right now to avoid serious complications. Because if you ignore it, this won't just get worse, it could affect your quality of life, your sleep, and yes, even your sex life. Stay with me until the end because I'm going to give you one simple but effective habit that many men are already using to improve their prostate health, without medication or preventive surgeries, at least in the early stages. And if you want more clear, practical, and no-nonsense content about health after 50, make sure to subscribe to this channel right now. Let's start with the basics. The prostate is a gland that only men have. It's about the size of a walnut, and it's located just below the bladder, surrounding the urethra, which is the tube through which urine leaves the body. Why is that important? Because any change in the size of the prostate directly affects the way you urinate. If the prostate gets larger, it starts to press on the urethra, and that's when the problems begin: difficulty starting to urinate, weak flow, interruptions, that constant feeling that there's still something left, and of course, those annoying trips to the bathroom in the middle of the night. This enlargement has a name: benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. It's not cancer, but it can make your life very difficult if you don't do something about it. And just to be clear, this is not just about comfort. The problem is that over time, if your urine doesn't flow properly, you could start developing urinary tract infections, bladder stones, and even kidney damage. That's how serious this can get. That's why, if you're over 50, and you've already noticed changes in your urination patterns, ignoring the problem is not an option. The good news is, if you act in time, there's a lot you can do to protect your prostate and avoid major complications. And that's exactly what I'm going to explain from this point forward: what the warning signs are, and what steps you can start taking today. The 6 silent symptoms of a troubled prostate. Now let's get to what really matters. How can you tell if your prostate is already showing signs that something's not right? I'm going to walk you through the most common symptoms, but pay close attention, because many men either minimize them or think they're just a normal part of aging. And that is the first big mistake. Symptom 1. Waking up multiple times at night to urinate, nocturia. There's a medical term for this: nocturia. Getting up once in the middle of the night can be normal, especially if you drank a lot of water before going to bed. But if this has become a nightly routine, if you're waking up 2, 3, or more times to use the bathroom, your prostate might already be enlarging and partially blocking the flow of urine from your bladder. What's happening is that as the prostate grows, it puts pressure on the urethra, making it harder for the bladder to empty completely. That's why, even if you go to the bathroom before bed, the urge to go comes back again and again during the night. And beyond the inconvenience, this seriously affects your sleep quality, your energy the next day, and in the long run, your overall health. Symptom 2. Weak or intermittent urine stream. This is one of the easiest signs to notice. Maybe you've realized that your urine flow is not as strong as it used to be. What once felt like a steady stream now feels more like a slow trickle. In some cases, the flow starts, then suddenly stops, and then starts again. This is a classic sign of an enlarged prostate that's beginning to compress the urethra. It's not something you should ignore, and definitely not something you should just blame on aging. Symptom 3. Feeling of incomplete bladder emptying. This one is very easy to recognize. You finish urinating, you think you're done, but as soon as you stand up or start walking, you still feel like there's urine left inside. Some men even feel the need to go back to the bathroom just a few minutes after they've already gone. This happens because the bladder isn't able to empty completely, due to the prostate putting pressure on the urethra and leaving residual urine inside. Over time, this leftover urine can lead to urinary tract infections, and in some cases, even bladder stones. Symptom 4. sudden and urgent need to urinate. This symptom is especially annoying. You might be walking down the street, shopping at the supermarket, or just sitting and watching TV, and suddenly, you feel an intense and uncontrollable urge to go to the bathroom. So sudden that sometimes you barely make it in time. This urgency can be caused by bladder irritation triggered by an enlarged prostate. And if this is happening to you frequently, don't normalize it. It can get worse over time if left untreated. Symptom 5. Pain or burning sensation while urinating. Now we're moving from discomfort to physical pain. If you feel a burning sensation or pain when you urinate, it's very likely that you're dealing with a secondary urinary tract infection. This often happens because incomplete bladder emptying allows bacteria to build up. In more serious cases, the pain could be a sign of prostatitis, which is a painful inflammation of the prostate gland. Prostatitis doesn't just cause discomfort while urinating. It can also lead to fever, general malaise, and pain in the lower pelvic area. Symptom 6. Blood in your urine or semen, red flag warning sign. This is a serious red flag. If you ever notice blood, even in the smallest amount, you need to see a doctor immediately. It could be a severe infection, but it could also be an early sign of prostate cancer. Never, under any circumstance, ignore this symptom. Early detection is key to successful treatment. Remember, the worst thing you can do is wait for the symptoms to get worse. Catching the problem early can save you from more invasive treatments, and in some cases, it could literally save your life. Tell me in the comments, did you recognize any of these symptoms in yourself? And if you feel comfortable, share your experience. You could be helping other men who might be going through the same thing, but don't realize it yet. The 5 lifestyle changes that can protect your prostate and improve your quality of life. Now that you know the warning signs, let's move on to what can really help you change the course of your prostate health. Because yes, it's true, as you age, your prostate tends to grow. But that doesn't mean you're doomed to live with discomfort or complications. With a few simple lifestyle changes, you can reduce symptoms, slow the progression of prostate enlargement, and improve your overall well-being. Here are 5 changes that can truly make a difference. Change 1. Adopt an anti-inflammatory diet rich in key nutrients. The relationship between what you eat and the health of your prostate is much more direct than you might think. There are foods that help maintain a healthy prostate, and others that can worsen your symptoms or accelerate its growth. For example, increase your intake of fresh fruits and vegetables, especially those rich in antioxidants. Lycopene, which you can find in tomatoes, watermelon, papaya, and guava, is one of the most studied compounds for its protective effect on the prostate. Also, include more healthy fats in your diet, like those found in olive oil, avocado, nuts, and fatty fish like salmon and sardines. These fats help reduce inflammation throughout the body, including in the prostate. Add foods rich in zinc, such as pumpkin seeds, chickpeas, lentils, and seafood. Zinc is an essential mineral for prostate function. On the other hand, it's crucial that you reduce your intake of processed meats, fried foods, ultra-processed foods, and excess refined sugars. These types of foods increase systemic inflammation and can make your symptoms worse. Change 2. Hydrate smartly. Drinking enough water is vital to keeping your urinary system in good condition. A well-hydrated body promotes a steady urine flow and helps prevent infections. However, it's important to spread your fluid intake throughout the day. Avoid drinking large amounts of water right before going to bed. Doing that will only increase the number of times you get up at night to use the bathroom. The general recommendation is to drink between 1.5 and 2 liters of water during the day, but reduce the amount in the last 2 hours before bedtime. And of course, if you have a history of kidney issues or any other medical condition, always consult your doctor about how much water is right for you. Change 3. Be physically active every day. Sedentary lifestyle is one of the worst enemies of prostate health. Lack of movement promotes pelvic congestion, reduces blood circulation in the area, and increases inflammation. You don't need to join a gym or follow complicated routines. A simple 30 to 40-minute walk a day, cycling, swimming, or doing low-impact exercises is enough. If your job requires you to sit for long hours, take active breaks every hour. Stand up, stretch your legs, walk a few minutes around your home or office. Daily movement doesn't just benefit your prostate. It also improves circulation, cardiovascular health, and your mood. Change 4. Reduce your intake of alcohol and caffeine. Both are well-known irritants for the bladder and urinary system. Excessive consumption of coffee, black tea, energy drinks, and alcohol can increase urinary frequency, urgency, and discomfort while urinating. If you're already experiencing prostate-related symptoms, the ideal approach is to reduce these products, or, if possible, avoid them altogether for a while. Pay close attention to how your body responds after making this change. In many cases, just by cutting back on these beverages, symptoms improve noticeably. Change 5. Manage stress effectively. It may not seem obvious, but stress and prostate health are more connected than you think. Chronic stress raises cortisol levels in the body, which promotes inflammatory processes that can worsen any existing condition, including benign prostatic hyperplasia. Incorporate simple relaxation techniques into your daily routine. Deep breathing for 5 minutes, mindfulness exercises, outdoor walks, gentle yoga, or simply listening to relaxing music. The goal is to lower your emotional tension levels so your body can operate in a state of reduced inflammation. These 5 changes aren't complicated, but they do require consistency. Start with one, then add another, and continue building from there. Your prostate health doesn't depend on just one factor, but rather on your daily commitment to your well-being. What you do today could save you from many uncomfortable doctor visits in the future. When should you see a doctor? There's something I need to say with absolute clarity. No YouTube video, no matter how good it is, can replace a professional medical consultation. Many times, men make the mistake of holding back, minimizing symptoms, or just waiting, hoping the problem will resolve itself. But the reality is, an inflamed or enlarged prostate won't magically go away. In fact, if you don't take action, your symptoms are very likely to get worse over time. Some of the symptoms I mentioned earlier, like increased urinary frequency, weak stream, or the feeling of incomplete emptying, may seem like minor inconveniences, but behind them, there could be a more serious issue that requires specific medical treatment. And most importantly, there are far more serious conditions, like prostate cancer, that in their early stages almost don't show any symptoms, or they mimic the exact same signs as benign enlargement. That's why early diagnosis can literally save your life. How often should you get your prostate checked? If you're over 50, it's ideal to have a prostate checkup at least once a year. If you have a family history of prostate cancer, or if you're experiencing symptoms before turning 50, it's recommended to start your screenings even earlier. What does this checkup include? Typically, your doctor will perform a physical exam, which may include a digital rectal exam. Yes, it might sound uncomfortable, but it lasts less than a minute and can provide valuable information. It's also very common for your doctor to order a blood test to measure your prostate-specific antigen, or PSA. This marker helps detect prostate abnormalities, although it's not a definitive test on its own. Depending on your results, your doctor may recommend an ultrasound or additional studies for a clearer diagnosis. What happens if you wait too long and don't get checked? Ignoring the symptoms or avoiding a checkup can have serious consequences, from recurrent urinary tract infections to acute urinary retention, where you literally can't urinate and end up in the emergency room, to kidney problems, or even a late-stage prostate cancer diagnosis. The sooner you catch any problem, the easier, less invasive, and less costly the treatment will be. Getting checked doesn't make you weak. It makes you smart. And taking care of your health is also a way of taking care of the people who love you and want to see you well for many years to come. It's time to move from theory to action. You can watch dozens of videos, listen to hundreds of tips, but if you don't do something today, nothing will change. That's why I want to share with you one simple, easy, affordable, and research-backed habit that can help improve your prostate health and reduce overall inflammation in your body. This habit is as straightforward as starting each morning with a large glass of lemon water, preferably on an empty stomach. That's right. Before having your coffee or sitting down for breakfast, all you need is a glass of water, about 300 to 400 milliliters, and the juice of half a fresh lemon. Why am I recommending this? First, because after several hours of sleep, your body is dehydrated. Proper hydration first thing in the morning stimulates your urinary system, improves kidney function, and helps your bladder and prostate work more efficiently. Second, although lemon tastes acidic, once it's metabolized in your body, it has an alkalizing effect. This helps balance your internal pH and provides natural antioxidants. These antioxidants may help reduce inflammation, one of the most common underlying causes of prostate problems. And this habit comes with extra benefits too. It's not just good for your prostate. It also supports digestion, helps flush out toxins that accumulate overnight, and strengthens your immune system. But the most important thing here is that it forces you to start the day by hydrating your body, something fundamental for a healthy urinary system. If you want to take it a step further, you can combine this habit with the other lifestyle changes I mentioned earlier. Improving your diet, moving more throughout the day, reducing alcohol and caffeine intake, and incorporating simple stress management techniques. The combination of these factors can multiply the benefits for your prostate and your overall well-being. But right now, what matters most is that you start. Don't overthink it. Tomorrow morning, head straight to the kitchen, squeeze half a lemon, fill your glass with water, and start your day taking care of yourself and your prostate health. Because in the end, it's the small daily decisions that either build or break your quality of life. Now you know. Your prostate health isn't something you can keep putting off. The symptoms we covered today are not random. They're clear signs that your body is asking for attention. The good news is that you have plenty of tools at your fingertips to start taking care of yourself today. Changing your diet, staying active, managing stress, and adopting small habits like mindful hydration can make a real difference in your short-term and long-term well-being. Now you know. Your prostate health isn't something you can keep putting off. The symptoms we've talked about today are clear signs that your body is asking for attention. The good news is, you don't have to just sit and wait. Small changes in your diet, your daily activity level, your hydration, and how you manage stress can make a huge difference in how you feel and how your body functions. And if you want to take your commitment to your health one step further, I want to invite you to check out a practical tool we've created, especially for older adults who want to regain energy, mental clarity, and metabolic wellness in a simple and safe way. It's called Keto Made Easy, a step-by-step 28-day plan for beginners. This guide is designed to help you implement the ketogenic diet in an easy, non-complicated way, with a clear and well-structured approach for this stage of life. With this plan, you'll learn how to boost your daily energy, improve your focus and memory, manage your weight in a healthy way, and support your overall metabolic health. It also includes simple recipes, accessible ingredients, and a day-by-day action plan to help you get started. And as always, make sure to talk to your doctor first, especially if you're on medication or have any pre-existing health conditions. You'll find the direct link to the book in the description below. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, The Wellness Insight, and share it with a friend or family member who could benefit from this information. And now I'd love to hear from you. Have you experienced any of the symptoms we talked about today? Are you already doing something to take care of your prostate, or will this be your first step? Tell me in the comments below. I'd really love to read your story. And if you want to keep learning more about how to protect your health and feel better every day, don't miss our next video on the channel where we'll keep sharing practical and effective strategies for your well-being. See you in the next video.